I'm culture. We're in trouble.
We're in trouble.
I feel like I should keep on the porn theme.
Bring us up.
What's that?
Bring us up.
Bring us up. All right. I'll stay on the porn theme for a second here. True story. I actually got kicked out of a donkey show in Mexico.
Oh!
You know how hard that is? Yeah. No, seriously, I was in San Diego and I met this homeless Vietnam vet on the beach who was telling me when he came back from Vietnam, there was this show in Tijuana, and he was like, "You guys should check it out." And you're a 5-minute walk. You're like, "Oh yeah, of course, sure, why not? I got nothing going on tomorrow." And we searched for the show for 6 hours. We were just hammered, and finally this guy totally came out this shady alleyway, and he was like, "Donkey show, 5 minutes." We're like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And so we went. It's not even made up. And we were there. With your admission, your 3 peso admission, you get a bucket of beer per admission. So we have 22 beers between 4 people. And we're just sitting there and getting hammered, and we're like, "Dude, it's been way more than 5 minutes." And we asked this bouncer guy, "When's the show coming on?" He goes, "They're lubing the donkey up, they're lubing him up, they're lubing him up." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here." So we're totally pumped. There's not a punchline. There's not a punchline coming, by the way, here, just so we're clear. You think there is, there's really not. No. And so eventually all the lights go out. You're in a seedy fucking strip club, and a Mexican strip club already is horrible. And I was like, it's the lamplighter with more cocaine. It's 3 last people who ever been to the lamplighter. It was and finally all the lights go out, and a donkey actually does come out on stage. And you're like, "What the fuck?" And the music's oons, oons, oons. You're like, "Where's the chick?" You know, we're getting pumped, and then we're getting angry because 2 minutes goes by, it's just this donkey. And I was dating this girl Megan at the time, really classy girl, and she and she gets up and she starts taking her overalls off and goes, "We came to see a donkey show. We're gonna see a fucking donkey show." It's a true story. The bouncer grabbed her. One of my friends hit him with a bottle. We got thrown out of the donkey show. It's a funny story. It's one of the highlights of my life. I feel like it's all downhill from here. I'm 28. I peaked out. Here's a lot more poetry from traveling, from shit like donkey shows and stuff. I just got drunk enough to tell the donkey show story.
Game face, bro.
Alright. Bus stop dreads stop me in my tracks because I'm too white to be coming around here. My clothes are too dirty and my smile's too honest. I live a life of privilege that has nothing to do with the color of my skin or the insufficient funds in my bank account. Idle time is the devil's plaything, they say, but the devil has always sent his own to take care of me. So we just keep on walking, not to be judged by the race-based politics of those who have no recognized power over us. I'm picking random shit from this next. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just got drunk and ate.
As per usual.
As per usual. Thank you, Matt. That's true. It's very true. I woke last night in a sweat. Eyes gaped open and throat tight shut. I awoke from the American dream. My original fear was that I wouldn't know what was going on. Upon waking, a new fear was confirmed. The fear of knowing and not having the power to speak. My mouth has been sewn shut by the Patriot Acts of the powers that be. My audience was rendered deaf as the freedom of speech, or even my freedom to speak, was rendered absolute in the aftermath of smoking towers. Now we're living in a world of smoky mirrors, and no one seems to remember that John Kerry was never against the war. The hippies and the boomers raised the standard on the education-occupation link. Now most of the class of '03 is helping with a different sort of occupation, because they don't have the money to be progressive. Plato once said, "Be wary of any enterprise requiring new clothes," and this sent me into a panic. I don't want to march for war and likewise for peace. I see regime change starts at home stuck to the bumper of a black SUV, but when I asked that lady for change, she said she didn't have any. Now I'm sitting on the sidewalk thinking about government, listening to Dylan and realizing no basement medicines can shut out new realizations, and the thought crosses my mind, maybe this is the way it's always been. It's called Gainesville Nights. Gypsy smiles with aching minds put 40-ounce bottles to pursed lips, and we're still not drunk enough to have excuses in the morning. Our lives have become the lyrics to a Tom Waits anthem. Dusty Carhartts and broken knuckles beg the question, what kind of collective living exists when nobody's home? My mind is rocking like the CSX flyby out of Baldwin, and I'm tempted to jump in front of that motherfucker tonight because I'm too scared to change the world. She walks up and hugs me, and I pray that it's more than the beer hugging me. Another world is possible is painted behind us in strokes of motivation the others just don't have. There was no dust kicking up behind me as I walked away. There wasn't even a break in the conversation. My friend and I saw Val Kilmer make a meth deal last night, and her nose started to itch. We both used to ride the rails, but on completely different lines. Mine took me to new states, hers took her to a different state of mind. I asked her to come with me once, in so many words. Before I could ask her why not, she asked the same of me. I told her I was scared. She said, me too.
Awesome.
I'll end with this one. Poetry is a fickle thing to be in a relationship with. It is a domineering lover who does not know the meaning of later, but needs it done now, now, now. As such, I have had to pull the car over on the side of an interstate, hit the four-ways, and hope for the best. All because I need to scratch out some thoughts on love, because maybe I'm onto something. Or I sit in my office, which is an uninsulated closet filled with disheveled thoughts and pornography that predates my existence. It is because of this chill in the air that most of my writing is done at the bar, and with it the worry that these drinks seep into my work far more than they should. But still lady poetry stays, if only to heckle that all my favorite writers were published posthumously. I scoff at this and acknowledge that not a one amongst us as a species has died without regrets, and in this I too shall be no different.